Hello everyone, welcome back to the another class of management accounting, okay, where we have started the topic cash flow management, and I hope last class you have seen, okay, and I hope now okay, you are having the format to solve the or to prepare the actually cash flow statement. So today also we'll try to solve a problem. So this is a question given, okay, where we have one company's details, 2 years balance sheet is given here, and then we need to prepare the cash flow statement, okay. And we used to say that cash flow statement as per the accounting standard of 3, okay. And for 15 marks it used to be generally indirect method, and for 5 marks it used to be generally direct method. So now today we will solve with the indirect method. In the next class we'll go for the one more direct method also, okay. So as usual, I hope by now you know very well how I used to solve. So first we used to discuss the question and decide, okay, what type of like which item is going to get what heading, and where we need to post it, okay. So continuing with the same method, I am going to first check with your liabilities, okay. So if we're checking the liabilities, we have a share capital, okay, and if you're going to compare the both year share capital amount, in 2015 the amount is 5 lakh and in 2016 the amount is 7 lakh. Fine. So it's showing very clearly that we have issued the excess shares, and we know very well whenever we are going to issue the excess shares without any other further details, so we need to assume it as it that we have issued extra shares and we are going to get the cash, because whenever issuance of shares will happen and people are going to subscribe, definitely they are going to pay the cash. So here also we have the same assumption. So issue of excess share, so how much? That is 2 lakh. But now under the cash flow statement, this much is not sufficient. This much was sufficient in your fund flow statement, okay, where very quickly we used to say that issue of excess shares the source of fund. But here also it is a source of cash. Fine, we are getting the cash inside our pocket through this. But the thing is, again here we have to divide each and every transaction under the 3 main heading. Remember, first heading is cash from operating activities, then we had the cash flow from investing activities, and then we had the cash flow from financing activities, where I told in your cash flow from operating activities, that means from operation, from your day-to-day operation, production and selling of the items, products or goods, how much you are going to get the cash, that will be cash from operation. And then whatever is happening transaction, okay, whatever the transactions are happening which is affecting your cash balance, okay, related to fixed assets, okay, related to fixed assets or long-term assets, those all will come under, or like you have related to your investment also, if you are going to invest somewhere in some other companies. So those all which is affecting your cash balance, either increasing or either decreasing, okay, that will come under the heading of cash flow from investment, okay, investing activity. Clear? Like purchase of plant or sale of plant and machinery, like you received the dividend, okay. So these all your part of cash flow from investing activities. And remaining, like whatever is happening, okay, due to the changes in your owner's equity, if your cash balance is changing, okay, so that due to your capital structure, if your cash balance is changing, those all will come under the heading of cash flow from financing activities. Getting it? So now this share capital, definitely a part of capital, the word capital is also added here. So this will become, or this will come under the heading of cash flow from financing activities. Clear? See, while doing only you will learn it. Keep in your mind and just try to solve, okay. So issue of excess share capital, definitely a inflow of cash, but we need to post it under the heading of cash from financing activities. I hope it is clear now. Okay, next we have a profit and loss. So profit and loss, as always in your fund flow also we have done. So here also we will use it to calculate cash from operating activities. Then we have a general reserve. So general reserve also, if we are going to check the amount, in 2015 it's showing 50,000 and in next year it is showing 70,000. That means excess 20,000 we have transferred from our profit to the general reserve. And transferred to general reserve, last like last chapter or last topic also we have learned, transferred to the general reserve is your non-cash expense. So that will again under the heading of operating activities we need to add back in your profit. Fine. Next we have a creditor. So now if you have the format of cash flow statement, so you know by now, you know very well that current items we need to treat it here a little bit differently. What different? We need to first adjust in the profit all the non-cash and non-operating or non-fund items, either expenses, either losses, either gain or either income. Those things we need to adjust, and after that whatever amount we are going to receive, in that we have to, or with that actually we have to work out with your current items. And for that again we had the rules. I hope you remember the rules. There also I have told you don't have to keep remember all the 4 rules. Any one rule is sufficient. Okay, increase in current liability we need to add. So if any current liability is increasing compared to the previous year, we need to add that. Getting it? So when I'm saying that increase in current liability we need to add, then definitely decrease in current liability we have to deduct. Fine. And when I'm saying that increase in current liability I am adding, that means decrease in current asset I will add. So just keep remember one rule, and then again 3 just you can make out by opposite things. Okay, I hope you understood. So now here just check out with the creditors. What's saying? Creditors in 2015 value is 1,63,000 and now in 2016 the value is 2 lakh. Okay, so creditor is what? Creditor is your current liability. Fine. And current liability, increase in current liability we need to add. Clear? Then next we have a bills payable, and this is again like bills payable is also increasing, so again we need to add increase in bills payable. Fine. Then next we have another current liability outstanding, expenses, which is decreasing. So if increase in current liability we were adding, then definitely decrease in current liability we are going to deduct, that is decrease in outstanding expenses. So this is all about your liability side. Clear? Now coming to your asset side. Fine. We have a land and building, opening balance, closing balance. Fine. So just check out in your additional information if anywhere we have anything about land and building. So nothing is there. So now just we need to work out with the opening and closing balance. So land and building in 2015 value is 80,000 and in 2016 value is 1,20,000. So extra difference, that is 40,000 difference we are getting. So we are just going to assume it that the worth of rupees 40,000 land and building got purchased. Fine. During the year. Fine. So this is what happening. Just in 2015 the value was 80,000 and in 2016 the value was 1,20,000. So 40,000 excess we are assuming that it got purchased. So purchase of land and building, definitely cash is flowing outside. But again, as I have told you while discussing the share capital, this time you have to very much clear with your headings. So land and building are your fixed asset, and due to fixed assets, okay, if your cash balance is increasing or decreasing, then you have to post it under the heading what? Cash from investing activities. Clear? Now the next we have a plant and machinery, and if we can check in additional information also we have a plant and machinery. So this particular item will hold for a moment, okay, because if there is some additional information, that means we need to work more. Fine. Now the next is your stock. Stock is your current asset, and what we are able to see, stock is decreasing. So what we have to do here, decrease in stock, decrease in current asset we need to add. Okay, similarly with your debtors, it is increasing. Debtors are increasing. So what do we have to keep remember? Increase in debtors, that is your current asset, we need to deduct. Fine. Then next what we have? Prepaid expenses, another current assets, and this is also decreasing. So decrease in prepaid expense, that is again your current asset, we need to add. And then we have cash. If in last class you have seen, I have told you, now also I am telling you, cash. Okay, so cash, even though it is a current asset, but with cash we are not going to working here. Cash we have to hold for the last step of your cash flow statement. Okay, so with the balance sheet each and everything is clear now. Now coming to the additional information. So we have rupees 50,000 depreciation charged to plant and machinery. Depreciation is your non-cash item, so definitely we'll deal with this in your cash flow from operating activities. Then we have a piece of machinery was sold for rupees 8,000. Okay, and it had cost of rupees 12,000 and depreciation of rupees 7,000. So the actual cost was 12,000, on that 7,000 was depreciation. That means now the remaining actual cost is 5,000, but we have sold it for the 8,000. That means you are getting the 3,000 as the profit. And this profit is what? This profit is your non-operating or non-fund profit. Remember, profit on the sale of fixed asset, non-fund or non-operating profit. So that means we need to deduct it while calculating your cash flow from operations. Okay, and we have sold the machinery for how much? We have sold the machinery for 8,000. Machinery is what? Machinery is a fixed asset. Sale of machinery, that means inflow of cash. Okay, and machinery is a fixed asset, that means we will do the posting under the heading cash flow from investing activities. Clear? Now next, further no other additional information, just they are saying prepare cash flow statement. So let's move to the first we'll do the working notes, okay, with the plant and machinery. So very first from the balance sheet we are going to take the opening and closing balance. It's assets, so debit side opening balance 5 lakh and closing balance your credit side. And then we have seen in the additional information that depreciation was charged 50,000, so we are going to do the post of that also in credit side by depreciation 50,000. And then we have seen that a piece of machinery got sold for 8,000 rupees, which had the cost of 12,000, but the depreciation was also there, so actual value was only the 5,000. So we are going to do the entry, what? Entry of sale. Fine. So by cash, that is your sale. For how much we have sold? We have sold for 8,000. And now we had the profit of how much? Profit of 3,000. So that in your debit side to profit on sale. Fine. And then your closing balance already taken, so all the additional information is adjusted. So now just close the account and calculate the balancing figure, and this time we are getting the balancing figure debit side, so we are going to assume it as a cash purchase. So cash purchase of plant and machinery rupees 3,55,000. See, from this one working note to so many things are there which will get posted further. One is your depreciation. Depreciation will get posted as a non-cash expense. Fine. Then profit on sale, it will get posted as a non-fund or non-operating income or gain. Then we have a cash sales, it will get posted as a inflow. Okay, inflow of cash under the heading of what? Under the heading cash from investing activities. Fine. And then we have a cash purchase, so this is also affecting your cash balance, because if you are going to purchase something, definitely you have to pay. Fine. So next is your cash purchase, so this will your outflow of cash, but this will again come under the heading of cash from investing activities. See, here one thing keep in your mind, whether it is an inflow or whether it is an outflow, doesn't matter. We have to just keep remember the heading, whether it is a investing activities, whether it is a operational, or whether it is a financing. Clear? So now coming to your cash flow statement, and don't worry if it is like this slide is visually little bit small font. Okay, just to adjust the solution, so I will post the screenshot of this in a group also, so you can refer from there also, you can zoom it. Okay, right now we are going with this only. So what do we have to prepare? We have to prepare the cash flow statement for the year ending 31st March 2016. So very first we need to calculate cash from operating activities, and for that earlier also we have did while calculating fund from operation, we need to take the profit. And again, I'm repeating, you can start with the closing profit and at the end you can deduct the opening profit, doesn't matter, or you can take the balancing figure between closing and opening. Fine. So profit during the year, your 1,60,000 closing minus 1,00,000 opening. So we had the 60,000, or we are having the 60,000 profit during the year, and in this we need to add non-cash and non-fund expenses or losses. So while discussing the question, I have already told you which were the non-cash or which were the non-fund expenses or losses, so just try to recall that. Depreciation on plant and machinery, definitely a non-cash item, and then transfer to general reserve, definitely a non-cash item. Okay, non-cash item means your expenses or losses. So only these two we had the non-cash expenses or losses. So adding these two and writing the amount in your outer column, 70,000. Then we need to deduct non-cash or non-fund income or gain. That also we have checked. We have sold the piece of machinery on profit of 3,000. So that is going to be your non-fund or non-operating income or gain. So profit on sale of machinery 3,000 and nothing else was there, so keeping the same amount in your outer column. So 60,000 profit, in that we need to add 70,000 as your non-cash expenses, and in that we need to deduct 3,000 as your non-cash or non-fund income or gain. So finally we are going to get the 1,27,000 and we need to mention it as a net profit after adjustment of non-cash and non-fund items. Clear? And in the last class I have given you the another option also, how you can write it, so you can check that also. Fine. I feel this is easy because this whatever we have did, that only we are writing in a statement, net profit after adjusting your non-cash and non-fund items. So how much we got? 1,27,000. Now in this further we have to do the adjustments with your current items, liabilities or assets. So rule, I hope you remember, we need to add increase in current liability and items we have discussed. Creditors and bills payable will be here. Creditors are increasing by 37,000 and bills payable are increasing by 10,000. And then we need to add the decrease in current asset. So current assets also we have checked. Stock is decreasing by 25,000 and prepaid expenses are decreasing by 2,000. So these all we need to add. So just 37,000 plus 10,000 plus 25,000 plus 2,000, total in outer column 74,000. Clear? And then we need to deduct what? We need to deduct decrease in current liabilities. So only one current liability which we are decreasing, so that is your outstanding expenses 2,000, and then we need to deduct increase in current assets. So only one current asset in given question which is increasing, that is your debtor, and it is increasing by 10,000. So again in outer column 2,000 plus 10,000, 12,000. So finally we have to do the adjustment of 1,27,000 and 74,000 and 12,000, and we will get the answer as your 1,89,000. This is only one part of cash flow statement. In any cash flow statement you will have a three part. One is your cash from operating activity, next is your cash from investing activities, and next is your cash from financing activities. So just now we have got the cash inflow because it is positive. If we are going to get the final amount as a negative, then it is going to be a cash outflow. Okay, so this is your cash inflow from operating activities. This one clear? Now moving to the next part. So you in your notebook continue in the same table. Okay, in slide it was not adjusting, so I did like this. I have gone for a breakup. Okay, so second is your cash from investing activities. Remember, investing activity is going to cover your all the fixed assets or transactions which is affecting the cash balance, or if your company has did any investment in any other companies and because of that cash balance is getting affected, then that will be also under the heading of what? Cash from investing activities. So we have checked while discussing the question only, we have sold the machinery, fine, that is inflow of cash. So taking that sale of machinery under your investing activities, how much we have sold? We have sold it for the 8,000. So 8,000 amount written. Then we had actually in the same ledger account we have purchased also the machinery, so that is your cash outflow. So what I am doing here, whatever is outflow I am keeping it in a bracket, that is like negative amount. Okay, so purchase of machinery worth rupees how much? 3,55,000. 40,000. And then from the balance sheet we have checked that land and building worth rupees 40,000 we have purchased during the year. So that is again your cash outflow. Think from your perspective. If you are purchasing, that means you have to pay the cash. That will be your outflow. Fine. And now doing the plus minus between these three amount. So 3,55,000 plus 40,000 minus 8,000. And 3,55,000 and 40, I hope maths little bit remember. Okay, 3,55,000 plus 40,000, that is 3,95,000 is your negative amount. So from that, definitely if 8,000 I'm going to deduct, so whatever I'm going to get, that will be also a negative amount. So in outer column of amount, I have kept again 3,87,000 in your bracket. So that is what that is indicating that it is a case of cash outflow. Okay, more cash has gone out from the pocket. So cash outflow from investing activities 3,87,000. Clear? Now moving to your third main heading, that is cash flow from investing activities. Okay, I am really sorry that I have mentioned it as a investing. It is going to be the financial. Okay, so just give me a time. I will correct and come back. I don't want to continue with the same. So yeah, again I have corrected it, so you don't have to take tension. So now your third item is your, or third main heading, okay, cash flow from financing activities. So under financing activities, we used to take anything which is going to change your cash balance, any transaction which is going to change your cash balance related to your owner's equity or capitals, okay, or dividend paid, because those all are like from what sources you are getting financed your companies, and that is changing your cash balance. So that will be here. So very first we have gone issue of shares, and actually in this question we have only one item under the financing activities, that issue of shares, and it is coming inside. So that is cash inflow, so 2 lakh, and as we don't have any other items here, so I'm going to keep that 2 lakh only in a outer column. So in a outer column, now your what we have to do the adjustment, we have to adjust with your final amount of cash inflow from operating activities, that is 1,89,000, and then final amount of cash outflow from investing activities, that is 3,87,000, and the final amount from cash inflow from financing activities, that is 2 lakh. So we have to now do the plus minus with this 1,89,000 and 3,87,000 and 2 lakh. So 1,89,000 plus 2 lakh minus 3,87,000. Whatever you are going to get, if you are going to get a positive amount, okay, then we used to call it as a net increase in cash. If you are going to get a positive amount, then we are going to call it as a net increase in cash. If we are going to get the negative amount, then we need to call it as a net decrease in cash. But right now it is a positive because we are getting the 2,000 amount. Okay, so we are going to mention it as a net increase in cash. And now if you remember, from the balance sheet only one item was left, that is cash. Okay, so this the adjustment what we need to do with the cash, we need to add. Okay, and don't worry whether it is a net increase in cash or whether it is a net decrease in cash, doesn't matter. We need to add cash balance in the beginning. So whatever you have the opening cash balance given in the balance sheet, we need to add it, and whatever amount after that we are going to get, make sure that is your closing balance of cash in the given question. So if I'm going to add 16,000 in 2,000, we are going to get the 18,000. And if you will refer back the question in the balance sheet also, cash we had like in 2016 18,000. That means solution is correct. So this is the full way how we need to prepare the cash flow statement. So go with this, try to understand. If anything problem with the solution with the subject, definitely you can revert me back on the WhatsApp. So till now, thank you, have a nice day, enjoy.